Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to switch up a setting. So for the next quick write that we do, we're going to just take our mentor text and totally switch up where it takes place. I know I'm switching from Stranger Things to Friends to Bud Not Buddy, and I don't want to, and The Lightning Thief. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to show you like different ways of coming up with ideas for your fan fiction. You are sticking with the same text that you chose. I just want to make that clear. So whatever you did your prequel sequel writing piece on, that's the one that you're using for your setting switch. Okay, so I'm kind of just going to show you what the process is like to walk through how to switch your setting. So I'm doing friends. So I'm going to do, my story is still about 6 friends, 3 guys, 3 girls, and they kind of live pretty closely together, but I'm switching the setting. So I decided instead of having them live in an apartment in New York City, I'm going to have them be like in the same dorm room in college. So I'm switching the setting. It's a dorm room in college. And when I was in college, there were 3 people in a dorm room sometimes. So I'm going to have 3 of them and see how I'm kind of note taking here a little bit. 3 of them are in college. Nope. 3 of them are in one room and 3 in the other. I was trying to think of a name for the college, and I remember Chandler's last name is Bing. So we're at Bing University. I also want to keep in mind that I want to really focus on the setting for today's activity. So instead of sitting at the cafe, I'm going to say that they always eat at the dining hall, which, like, if you've ever, I don't know, talked to somebody who went to college or visited somebody who went to college, there's like a humongous cafeteria. So that's where they're going to spend a lot of their time. So basically, dorm room in college. Okay, so there are 6 friends. I'm going to go back. There are 6 friends who live across the hall from each other in a college dorm room. Whoops. All right, 3 of them are in one room and 3 of them in the other at Bing University. And instead of being New York, I'll leave it New York, in upstate New York. Reminds me of Binghamton University. What else do I want to say here? Okay, let me say that they spend a lot of their time joking around and talking at the campus dining hall, which I have to come up with a name for. Instead of Central Perk is where they are always at in the show, I will call it College Perks, which a dining hall with unlimited food, open 24 hours, sounds like a perk to me. So, all right, what else should I say? Let me reread, go back and reread. There are 6 friends who live across the hall from each other in a college dorm room. 3 of them are in one room and 3 in the other at Bing University in upstate New York. They spend a lot of time there. They spend a lot of their time joking around and talking at the campus dining hall, college perks. Okay, they also, I'm going to have Ross be like, ooh, not Ross. I have to rename my characters. So let me jump back up here. I'm going to rename my characters. Instead of calling him Ross, I'm going to call him Roy. But basically, he's going to still kind of have like that nerdy personality. I'm going to have him be something like really smart. Like he'll do a lot of research. He's going to spend a lot of time at the library. Maybe I'll have him be like an archaeologist. Oh, wait. That's what he is already. I'll have him be a neuroscientist, because that also sounds really difficult for me. So Roy, all right, neuroscience. He's studying neuroscience. He wants to become a neuroscientist. So that's another place where there's going to be a lot of time spent. Roy will spend a lot of time at the campus library doing research for his projects. All right. I'm going to keep my characters. Let me name my characters. So I have Ross. Monica is going to be Maria. Rachel, I'll call Ray Ray. Phoebe has an alternate name in the show. They call her Regina Phalange. She calls herself that. So I'm going to name her Regina Phalange. Let's see. I have Ross, Monica, Rachel, Phoebe, Joey. I will change to Johnny because it's going to get really confusing for me. And Chandler, I will call Chad. All right. I'm going to kind of give them similar professions. They'll be studying similar things. I think that would be kind of funny. So let's say Maria will be studying culinary arts because Monica ends up as a chef. I will have Ray Ray, which is Rachel. She'll do graphic design because that's kind of fashion related and she's super into fashion. Regina Phalange. I don't want to have her studying massage therapy. But since she does end up being a musician in the show, maybe I will have her be she's studying music, but maybe I'll have her drop out so she can pursue live music. She can pursue her music career. Okay, Joey's an actor. Johnny, I think I'm going to keep it that way. He's studying acting. And Chandler has that job no one knows how to talk about or even how to say. They have an episode where he gets called a transponster, which is kind of how I feel about everybody who studies finance. So, kind of stole some character ideas, totally switched up the setting. Maybe I'll elaborate on my setting a little bit more. But another thing I want to remind you about is that even though we're focusing on the setting today and we're focusing on switching up the setting, we still really want to have a plot. And we know that any good plot has some good conflict. So I've been thinking about what conflict I would focus on for my Friends spinoff. And I'm going to make it so that there's some drama between our friends. So let me just go back and reread. I don't know if you notice this about me, but when I'm working, the amount of times that I go back to the beginning of what I wrote to check that I'm on the right path, it happens all the time. And I think it helps me to stay on track. I think if you try it out, it will help you to stay on track. So here I go. There are 6 friends who live across the hall from each other in a college dorm building. See? Gotta go back and reread, make sure it makes sense. 3 of them are in one room and 3 in the other at Bing University in upstate New York. They spend a lot of their time joking around and talking at the campus dining hall, called College Perks. Roy will spend a lot of time at the campus library doing research for his projects. All right, I'll just give a quick synopsis of the characters. What else? I'm going to say Roy and Ray Ray begin a romantic college relationship. Again, I'm stealing Ross and Rachel's relationship from the show. And it creates some conflict in the group. So now I'm going to say Roy gets... My conflict is going to be that Roy gets partnered up with another girl for a research project that takes up a lot of time. And so Ray gets super jealous and doesn't know how to handle it. That's going to be my main conflict that will drive the rest of my plot. Roy will spend a lot of time at the campus library doing research for his projects. Roy and Ray begin a romantic college relationship, and it creates some conflict in the group. Roy is required to spend a lot of time working on his research project with his lab partner. I haven't named her yet. Ray doesn't really know how to handle it. She often vents to Maria and Regina about it. Maria and Regina begin to grow annoyed with her constant Maria and Roy are brother and sister, so it creates a lot of tension in the friendship. All right, guys, so you see where I'm going with this. I just totally switched up the setting so that now, instead of being in New York City in an apartment when they're adults, they're a little younger. They're in college, they're upstate New York, they're in a dorm room together. See how much stuff I took from the show. Like, Roy is still kind of nerdy. He's super, super smart. Maria is into the culinary arts, so she's going to be a lot of her dialogue and what she's interested in is going to have to do with cooking. Ray Ray's into graphic design, which is what a lot of the times what people who are into fashion study. Regina Phalange, she's a live musician. Johnny is acting, and Chad is finance. So see how I'm kind of just like mirroring Friends in some ways. Totally changed up the setting, but not really changing that much else. Okay, I'm going to stop right here for a second, and I will try to work on this so that I can show you guys the final product. All right, guys, I'm not finished, but I just wanted to show you what's coming along, and I'm going to wrap up after that because I really want you guys to have a chance to just focus on what you will write about when you switch your setting. So I wanted to actually start my fan fiction. I wanted to actually begin my piece, not just brainstorm ideas. So I'm starting with some dialogue to try to hook my reader. So it says, "Oh, come on, please, 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 you're doing your own laundry anyway." Ray Ray, whoopsies. Ray Ray whined as she tried to put her dirty laundry into Maria's dirty hamper. "Do your own laundry, Ray Ray. We're in college now. Grow up. If you want to come downstairs with me, I can show you how to put the quarters in the slot like a big girl." "Ugh, Maria, you know I can't be late to my date with Roy. This is the only time he can see me this week for 30 minutes in between his library sessions with science nerd Julie." "Well," responded Maria, "maybe you guys could have your date in the laundry room next to people's dirty socks and underwear. I don't know what to tell you, Ray." Ray Ray stormed back to her room and continued getting ready for her date. Roy hadn't texted her back to confirm their date yet, and she felt tired of waiting around for him to hang out with her all the time. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm going to keep going. The reason why I started writing my piece is just to show you guys that I have my plot outline, but I'm not going to start with my conflict. I'm going to get there, right? I started with dialogue, and I also want you to see how much dialogue I have so far. Because when you read a story, it's really the dialogue that shows you what's going on. Okay, so this is my setting switch. It's just a quick write. It's just me getting my ideas down on paper. Friends, but in college. Okay. All right. Bye.